welcome to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel. We're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. Tonight's show is full of a variety of different organizations. We're going to start off talking with the Torch of Hope. Here to represent Torch of Hope, we have Willie Robinson. You are one of the founding members.
Yes.
Nice to have you here, Willie.
Thank you.
And Janelle Washington.
How you doing?
Also another founding member.
Yes, I am.
And a hello to Tommy out there, who also helped found this organization. And, sorry, Tommy, didn't have room for you on this set, but it's really nice to have you gentlemen here tonight.
Thank you for having us.
So tell me a little bit about Torch of Hope, if you could. What the reason was why you actually decided to create this group?
Well, part of my personal story on why I wanted to be a part of Torch of Hope is based on my past, being an ex-felon and being involved in the system. You know, I was tired and I turned my life over to God. So I knew a lot of men face rejection from jobs and opportunities, living in poverty. And so all in all, we all about rebuilding men through faith and the natural circumstances we face, such as being single fathers and drug and alcohol addiction, criminal thinking, and the lack of positive support.
That's a lot of things to be up against. Being right out of prison is probably hard enough, but then if you add into it all those other things, that's really a really tough place to be. So, Willie, why did you want to do this? I mean, do you do it for you, or do you do it for others?
The reason I wanted to be a part of Torch of Hope because I got delivered from the gang, alcohol, and the drugs, and I wanted to pass the torch to other brothers to let them know that they can do the same thing. And plus, I don't want my son to go through the same thing I went through.
So you're both fathers, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So and so you don't want them to grow up and follow in your footsteps.
Yes.
That you had before. You want them to go where you're going now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Because being a role model as a father is like one of the most important things you can do.
Yes, it
so
is.
I have a lot of respect for that. So what do you consider your mission? It's reaching out to those who are.
So our mission is to bring light to individuals in dark places and hope for them to pass the torch.
Ah, there you go, to pass the torch. That's where the torch comes from. I like that. I like that. You brought a video that shows a little bit of what you do, and I think I'd like to take a look at that. Maybe people can get a feel for your organization.
Thank you.
Let's roll that now.
Okay.
By any type of disease, right now, in the name of the Heavenly Father, we'd like for you to break every yoke right now, dear Lord Jesus. Break everything that's holding anybody down right now, dear Lord Jesus. We'd like to just thank you for
And so we're just coming together and trying to do positive things in the community. This is the first time that we came together on one accord, but this ain't the end. We got a lot more things coming.
He said, I was there the whole time. And I just broke down there in that cell. I cried, and I just, I gave myself to Christ, and I've been walking this walk ever since. This is my guy right here, and I just thank God for him. River, man, and we was doing Bible study and just staying faithful to God. And now we out here doing the same thing.
And I was wondering, what is I really gonna do? And all I kept thinking of what I wasn't gonna do. Because like I said, I've been in there, that was my third time, and I surrendered to God, and we showed up, and he been showing out ever since, man. And it's a true honor to be up here with these fellows, man, and to finally meet this man over here. I heard a lot about him, and just to be here right now, to be doing this is a big thing, man. And I give all the honor to God, because he's really been, like I say, showing up and showing out, man. The sight that I see, it gets hard, so I stand on the word and I stand on faith, man. And I know God, he got me with this, and my brothers, they got me with this.
No time, you'll be here in no time. Clean the stage off, turn the lights on. I'll sing your praises till you turn my mic off. I hope that you're ready, 'cause it's showtime. You'll be here in no time. Clean the stage off, turn the lights on. Singing your praises till you turn my mic off.
Nice. You guys clean up real nice. They're all dressed up. That look good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it looks like you really rely on supporting each other.
Yes.
You look like you're
Yes.
very close friends.
Yes.
Too. Did you meet each other when you were in prison? Did you meet each other later?
So this all started in prison. I was in one prison, Oregon State Penitentiary, with Tommy, excuse me, who was my cellie there, and we began to talk about God and read the Word and go to church services together. And I was transferred to another prison, which was Powder River, and that's where I met my brother Willie Robertson there, and we began to do Bible study and go to church services there together, and we started having passion for wanting to help other men that was in the same situations as us. So when I left that prison, Willie went to another prison, I guess, and that's where he met Tommy.
Wow, wow. So being able to share your own personal stories with other people who are in that same situation, and your testimony really is what it is, you feel like that's going to help them to be able to follow and do the same thing, right? Yeah. So what's the hardest thing when you get out of prison? What's your biggest obstacle that you have to face? Because I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of them, but what's the toughest thing?
My toughest thing is no housing or jobs, and just going back to the same area you left, and it's just. But I just thank God that He sustained me, and when I got out, I got me a job. I had a roof over my head, so everything came together. But it was an obstacle, though. It's the hardest.
I'm sure it was, yeah. Especially going back to the place you lived before, because then a lot of those same people are there that maybe you got caught up with. I mean, is that part of it? Trying to, stay with the new friends or the friends that really help keep you on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, for me, one of the hardest things is finding people that's trying to do something new with their life, but also been down the path that I come from. It's a lot of people that has not been down the path we've been down, but wants to give help. But if they've never been down that path, how could you understand what I've been through and what I'm going through? So to actually have brothers who's been down that path and still have a passion for Christ and changing their life at the same time, it makes us more compatible. It makes us more understandable of one another.
Yeah, because you can tell me about it all day long. If I haven't been there, I'm not going to really know what it's like.
Right.
So what about when you're trying to get a job? That I would think that would be a really difficult thing. Are people open to hiring? If you've been in prison, I always hear that's an issue and that's a problem. Do you find that, or are people kind of becoming more open-minded about that? Or how do you convince somebody to hire you?
I think lately it's getting better, but there was one point in time in my life where it was difficult. Sometimes we have to take jobs that we don't necessarily want, what I mean? Because where else is we going to put bread on our table? Right. So we get jobs and hope that we can excel in those companies and learn as much as we can learn, so we don't have to go back to the streets to do the criminal activity and the things that we was doing. We was blessed enough to start a Bible study, so to speak, once a week. And we started out of a hotel room, just meeting every Tuesday. And what we did was we started figuring out what our qualities were and what we were good at doing. And what we had a lot in common with was painting and demolition work and repair work. So we got an offer to do a church, and we did the church for free. And we didn't have no company at that time, but what we did was took our skills and we built a company, which is BIC, Brothers IC. So
that's great. And you gave to the church, with that you gave the gift of the painting, and it's coming back to you, which is a really great thing. It sounds like really that the support of each other is really important in keeping things together. So do you meet regularly now on a regular basis? Does your organization meet once a month or anything like that, or is it just do you just keep in touch and have events periodically? What do you do?
We meet every Tuesday. Every Tuesday is our Bible study, and then after Bible study we have a business meeting about our BRC and the stuff we got to put together and stuff.
Yeah.
And so how do you reach out to people? How do people know about you? I know it's a fairly new organization, so that's one of the hard things about being new is letting
right
people
now
know.
We've been networking through Facebook and word of mouth.
Okay,
we have an event coming up on the 23rd of July, and that's what we're networking through, is through churches and also through Facebook. Just asking for the support from the community. A lot of people share our posts and things like that, so it's helped us a lot.
Go and like you on Facebook and check it out, and maybe share with people that that might benefit from being part of the group.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you told me you have an event on the 23rd, and it's somebody's private property out in Vancouver, and it's like a family fun day. Is that?
Yeah, it's called Keeping It Real.
Okay.
We'll be doing fishing, swimming, football, basketball.
That sounds great.
We'll be feeding over 50 kids and their families out there.
Nice.
And
I bet little Trinell's going to be out there too, isn't
yeah,
he?
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I love to have him tag along as much as possible to
Yeah.
help me out with things. So.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, Willie. So what are you looking forward to that day?
Oh, yes. I love fishing, so.
Yeah.
Yes, I grew up fishing, so.
What kind of fish they have out there? Do you know?
They have, he had bass and trout.
Oh yeah. Nice. Catch a few, throw those on the grill. Huh?
But yeah, the kids get free fishing poles also. So absolutely.
Yeah, everything is fun.
So you can find the information about that on your Facebook page.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So when gentlemen come out of prison, and if they haven't connected with anybody, but then they find you and they know they've got you for a support group, what do you suggest to them are the things they need to do to help them stay straight, to keep out of prison? Do you have certain things that have worked for you that you try to impart that wisdom to them?
Yeah. So part of what Torch of Hope is the platform we use is our life, our testimonies,
Right.
to show that 3 individuals can come out of prison and stay on the right path if you have the right support system, the right friends. We hold each other accountable.
See, that's a big one right
huge.
there.
I'm not gonna say that we're perfect, because we're not perfect. We still get stressed, we still get frustrated. We have bills and
Like everybody
child
else.
support and
Yeah.
everything else. So
Yeah.
in the process of all that, we come to one another and we can communicate about those things. We pray for one another, and because we believe in God, we use a lot of scripture. One of my biggest scriptures was 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I thought as a child, I spoke as a child, and I understood as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So, anytime I start having those thoughts of what I might want to do, negative thoughts, I remember, that I'm not a child, I'm a man, so I have to live accordingly.
You have to
So
act
that
like a
helps me
man.
out a lot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you have responsibilities.
A lot of responsibilities.
Families and So I love the part about staying accountable to each other, because I think that's a really big thing. Because if you have somebody who can call you on your crap, that's a really good friend who will do that for you.
Yeah.
Or say, I see you. I mean, does that happen? I see you thinking negative thoughts or that kind of thing. That might be something that might be dangerous for you.
Yeah, that's what we do. If we see somebody that we don't think he's doing right or just slipping, we bring it up at our meeting. Just let them know, like, hey, we see this in your behavior and what's going on. Talk to us, because we talk to each other about anything. Whatever's going on, we can talk to each other about it. It don't matter what it is.
That's a friend for life right there. Yeah. So, and I see you've got your BRC shirts. I love those with the lion. That's great.
Yeah.
Your strength and your wisdom. That's great. So, I would imagine that the stigma of having been in prison is something that's hard to deal with sometimes. Sometimes people don't trust you. If you've been in prison, they don't know that you maybe changed your ways. How do you convince somebody that I've turned a page. I'm a respectable citizen. I'm a good member of the community. How do you convince people to do that? To give you that second chance.
Well, for me, I feel like I'm not concerned with what somebody else think about me.
Yes.
It's all in my actions. I can't make everybody happy. Jesus couldn't make everybody happy. Martin Luther King couldn't make everybody happy. So it's about what you know in your heart, what you need to do.
Stand true to yourself.
Stand true to yourself.
Right. I think that's a good thing. So we don't have a whole lot of time, but tell me, do you encourage people to give a second chance? I mean, I would think that would. If you've gotten jobs and you've got family and you've obviously gotten some second chances and did well with them, I know that's a huge thing for a lot of people that have businesses. They're not sure they want to go there. Encourage people to give them a chance.
Yes, most definitely. I would say, if not all people that's been to prison are bad people. Sometimes we, have learned things that we have to unlearn. But once we unlearn those things, we begin to learn the proper things, the way to live life. So give those people a chance that's really coming to you, pouring out their heart, being sincere.
Yes.
Because we're all human, we all make errors.
Yeah, we all do. Some people don't get caught, and some people do. And
Absolutely.
we all make mistakes.
It's a lot of talent people that's in prison. I mean, it's a lot of people that got a lot of talent in this prison, so.
They just need to learn the proper channels for using that talent. Yeah, I believe it. Okay, well, we're just about out of time. Any last messages you want to give to anybody that's maybe coming out of prison that needs a little word of hope?
I would say for me, you know, being part of Torch of Hope, stay rooted, stay grounded to what's true. You know, find yourself a support system, find yourself a church, a good mentor, and you know, it's always guys out here like us. We front line right now to help brothers that's coming out of prison because we've been in the same shoes, and whatever we can do through Torch of Hope or BIC through our paint company, you know, we're looking for more contracts, you know, that we can be able to hire people to work for us through our paint company.
You're passing the torch.
Absolutely, to pass that torch.
And good friends like Willie and Tommy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, gentlemen, very much for being on tonight. Love what you're doing, and keep it up. Keep up
Thank
the
you.
good work
Thank you.
and being the role models for those boys. Thanks very much for watching this first segment of Community Hotline. We'll be back in just a few minutes, so don't go away.
Coming here to shoot my documentary was more than I ever would have dreamed of doing.
This is a community media station.
It was phenomenal.
Ready, camera one.
What is it about this place that makes so many different people come together?
Ready, camera two.
Very professional, experienced people. You can use these industry standard pieces of equipment.
Ready, camera three. Take three.
You don't have to be rich to do this.
Open people's eyes to something they've never even thought of before.
Cool stuff happens. It becomes this community.
That's going to really change who's telling the stories and who's controlling the messaging.